I found two articles online by the New York Daily News. One of the articles was about the police searching Tupac hotel room after he got accused of assault by a female named Ayanna Jackson. And they said that they found the sex tape involving you and Tupac, and they said that you looked at underage and under the influence. And the second article was Tupac attorney replying to the news and saying that you wasn't underage and you wasn't under the influence. If you don't mind, break all that down for me. You and Tupac making a sex tape, and the police searching Tupac hotel room and finding the tape, and you finding out the news that they got it.
I don't know. We were just having fun. We was drinking, but I wasn't intoxicated. Like I didn't know my surroundings. We had some weed. We drank, and we was just having fun. He had a camcorder he had just got, and we was doing what some people do. I usually don't do that, but I did it with him, and I didn't expect for it to go the way it went. And it was his lawyer that was the one that came and met me, and then told the cops and the press that he had interviewed the in fact person, um, and they took that tape when they came to arrest him for the sexual assault. They confiscated, I guess a whole bunch of stuff. We're looking for any type of evidence, and they saw that tape. We were both. What's hilarious is we weren't that fucked up. Like it was weed, it was a drink or two or three, and you know, um, what ended up happening with that was they put that out. His lawyer, well, he called me, told me his lawyer would be contacting me, his lawyer's name, and that he was going to come have lunch with me and we would discuss. He needed to interview me to see what direction he was going to need to take this in. But as truth would have it, I'm not going to say my age, but I'm sure I don't look how old I really am. And when I was young, I looked younger than I was, but I wasn't underage. After speaking to his lawyer, his lawyer had given me a good suggestion because he said he wasn't going to tell the police who I was, but that didn't mean that they couldn't find out or that they wouldn't keep investigating it further. So, he said if I had somewhere to kind of lay low and get out of the mix, it would be a good time to do that. I think my mother, uh, probably more so my father, would have not been cool with that. I would have hated to, at the time it was taboo. I wouldn't have liked that to come out. But, I think it is true. They were looking for any little thing to charge this man with, and they tried it with that and blew it out of proportion. I remember being on the train with some of my friends, um, and seeing this paper right before Thanksgiving and knowing, I knew from the moment that I saw it that it had to be me because, oh my God, that tape was months old and he just kept taking it with him everywhere he went. And I was like, luck would have it, they would snatch that. So I don't know whatever happened to the tape. Um, I guess, I don't know, but
Do you think the police still got that videotape in their possession or no?
that's a good question. I would say it is probably two things. Either when the case was over, they gave it back to him, but he never said nothing about it. And maybe they still believed that there was a minor, who knows? Because, like I said, his lawyer, Mr. Warren, never gave them my name, you know, um, or they destroyed it because I think they only hold evidence for a certain amount of time. Another alternative could be someone stole it out the, who knows? I don't know. I don't know where that tape is. I doubt it'll ever see the light of day, but that's a good question. I wonder where it is.
Crazy, man. They was trying to do Tupac dirty, huh? Because he just got caught up with the Ayanna Jackson incident, the chick that accused him of
The day
assault.
they arrested.
Because he got arrested on November 18, 1993, and that article was on November 26th, so don't find in the tape. So, yeah, that's crazy, man. And they try to find you and pressure you to go at Tupac. So, yeah, man, that sounds like a setup, man.
I think if they would have got their hands on me, they probably would have tried that, but that would have never, like, I would have never done that. And I'm just thinking like how dirty cops can be. Like they probably would have been like, oh, your whole, the whole world's gonna, and that's why, like his lawyer said, if you have relatives or you have somewhere you could go, he was like, because if they do find out who you are, like, you could have a frenzy, a media frenzy outside your front door, and I was not gonna have that. And as well as that, but I just didn't want to make things worse for his situation, you know. So it's like no police contact, no conversation needs to be had, So, but his lawyer gave me his card. He told me, if anything, he would put me with a lawyer because he couldn't represent both of us in that situation. It would be a conflict of interests, and but he gave me some pointers on how to handle myself. And it's funny because Pac was like, you really impressed my lawyer. He really liked you. He was talking like so highly of you. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. Okay. I'm sitting here like, did he see the fucking tape? But yeah, that was the situation. I think that also made him see like, I was not a fair weather friend. I was there for him, and I, would never have turned on him in that situation. They were trying to probably, establish a pattern of conduct because their case was not as strong as they were trying to pretend it was. So if you could get a whole bunch of women to, jump on the bandwagon like what they do nowadays, and not to discredit people who have been abused or in situations, but there are cases where, people say, hey, maybe a paycheck, a payday, let's all say, hey, something happened to me, which is foul because it discredits women that something really did happen. And in my case, there was nothing that happened. It happened then, it happened after, we were dating. So that's what people who date do. They just don't always tape it.